Welcome to the AngelsWin.com podcast, featuring Geoff Stoddard and AngelsWin.com founder, Chuck Richter. And now, here's Geoff Stoddard.
It's a good evening here in Colorado and in Tennessee, and joined as always by AngelsWin.com founder, Chuck Richter. Chuck, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. And Ryan, we have Ryan Johnson. Ryan, are you in Tri-Cities tonight? You're in Tri-Cities, right?
No, I'm at Spokane for this
Spokane. I was going to, okay, Spokane. Yeah. Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you on. And you know, we followed your career just straight out of being drafted in the second round and, you know, had a great camp and then made the team. And on opening day, you got to pitch. Tell us a little bit about what that was like for you being drafted, spring camp, what that was like, and then towing the rubber on opening day.
It was an amazing experience, all happening very, very fast. So that's the one thing, is just it was going fast. Wish I could have, taken it a little bit slower and enjoyed the moments I was in. But it was a fun experience. Got to learn a whole lot, and it's just wouldn't want it any other way.
That's awesome. So growing up in the Dallas area in Texas and going to, I think it was Dallas Baptist, right? Yeah. Which is, correct me if I'm wrong, that's where your father and your brother went as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Is that kind of a family tradition? Is that what drew you to that university?
It definitely played a part for sure, and getting very familiar with the coaching staff, the campus, all of that good stuff.
Good deal.
Yeah, so you said you got some record sets from your brother set. What the Dallas Baptist University career in wins, if I'm not mistaken, and then you set the single season record in strikeouts, and then the most strikeouts to date. Did I read that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's great. What a great accomplishment. That is amazing. And your brother's in the Marlins organization too, right? It's
yeah. He recently is no longer with them.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's again great having you on the show. It's amazing. One of the things that stood out to me, seeing you on the mound, especially when you earned that first save, and then some of your relief appearance back at the Big A, was just your fiery passion on the mound. And I was like, man, we haven't seen that from a closer since Troy Percival. And so I don't know, were there any Angels in camp, whether former Angels or current Angels, that kind of took you under your wing while you were in camp, and then even with the big league club during the season?
I would say, it was just kind of the whole team collectively. Like, it wasn't one guy here, one guy there, but it was just collectively as a staff. It was every day almost someone new who was just, breathing life, able to teach me this, talk to me about that, and just grow closer to each other. It made me feel really comfortable. It was just pretty seamless.
What's your experience been like going from college into the majors, and then into the back into the minor leagues, and kind of working through that? What have been the things that have been most surprising to you? What are the things that you were expecting? Maybe tell us a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, it's definitely very different from college ball for sure. There's that learning curve. But it's just showing up every day and having your mind ready to do everything that you need to do. It's definitely a lot more player focused, to where you're taking care of yourself now. It's not college of having coaching staff where you're practicing 3 days a week as well. No, it's every day's a game, and you have to take care of the practicing kind of on your own. And that's a big adjustment, but it's something it's fun. You get to figure out a lot about yourself.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Have you spent any time, Ryan? You hear a lot about the pitching lab. Have you spent any time in the pitching lab? And if so, what kind of findings did you see after that?
Not really, no. Hasn't
Okay.
spent a whole lot of time, but I did hear about it and look forward to getting in there.
Yeah. What are some of the things, obviously differently now you're back in a starting role, in the minors. What are some? Is there anything different that the Angels have conveyed to you to work on, or any pitch grips or different pitches that they've asked you to kind of work on, or anything like that in a starting role versus when you were coming in the bullpen with the big league club?
Not really a whole lot different as far as the roles are concerned, but definitely being moved down has allowed me a greater opportunity to work on change up or similar arsenal pitch to work on, left-handed hitters and
Yeah,
being able to get them out a lot more efficiently.
Yeah. Angels fans probably know that the Angels acquired Mike Trout via draft compensation that they got after Mark Teixeira left. And you obviously came to the Angels in the similar fashion, but via Shohei Ohtani. I'm assuming you tell all your friends and everybody that the Angels pretty much traded Shohei Ohtani straight up for you. Is that kind of how the story goes?
They're often more likely the ones to tell me,
That's how I would tell the story if I was in your shoes, just so you know. I think that's a fair, it's close enough to the truth that I'd just go with it.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, no pressure, right? Traded for straight up for Ohtani. Yeah. What was your so I know the Angels shut you down for a little bit. What was that like? And was it anything to do with any type of like injury, or was your arm kind of just tired and they just wanted, or was it an innings thing where they wanted to kind of scale back the innings that you were throwing? Because I know you had logged several games in the minors of 7 innings, 8 innings, yeah, a complete game, a shutout. And so did that have any part of that, or?
I mean, it's definitely great for me to be able to take a step back, not
Yeah.
focus on getting the game, focus on what I needed to learn, what do I need to get better at. You really working on, the change up in that offering, and a lot of it is just better worked on out of the game environment itself. So it definitely allowed me great time to really focus in on it, and I think it's come a long way. And even the past month of not really getting in there a whole
Yeah.
lot just gives me that time to really clear my head, be able to focus on what I need to work on, and I'm excited to get back out there.
Yeah, I had people bugging me all the time. Right? Like, where's Ryan at? He hasn't been on the mound. And, you just came off a pretty nice stretch, as I alluded to, where you had, I think it was 3 outings in a row of 7 innings pitched. And then it was a shutout. And then it was like, where is he? And so, we had to do some hunting. And, but I'm glad. So it wasn't anything injury related. It wasn't arm fatigue or anything like that. Just kind of just scale back, take a
Yeah, I
breather.
mean, definitely had a good breather there for a little bit, and
Good,
we're to go.
Good deal.
good.
What are the organization's plans for you through the balance of the year? Maybe plans, what are your plans for yourself? Are you on any kind of a pitch limit now through the remainder of the year, or what do you see the rest of the season looking like?
I really have no idea at all. Yeah, I'm
So
the
just
one.
all gas, no brakes.
Just give me the ball whenever you tell me to, and take it away whenever you tell me to do that too.
Yeah.
Deal.
What do you say? What do you say to scouts that have said that they had concerns in the draft about your delivery and the repeatability of it in a starting role? I mean, you seem to have done fine just in the minors and what we've seen in a short stint with the Angels, but into the starting role, what do you say to scouts that they had that question and a lot of the scouting reports in your draft profile?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely always been there as far as my career goes, and that's something that's just a part of it. And I'm very thankful that the Angels weren't as scared of it, and they were able to take me, and we've been able to work a whole lot on just making sure, yeah, this is repeatable, this is good, this is what we want.
Yeah, and you wouldn't be the only starting pitcher that's had success at the big league level that's had a funky delivery or a delivery that's unorthodox for sure. So I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, so the Tri-Cities area, being up there, being away from, I think you were born and raised in the Dallas area. Obviously went to to school there in college. Being away from that, being in the Tri-Cities area, what are some of your favorite things to do in that area? And maybe what are some of the favorite cities that you've traveled to as you go to away games and such?
Yeah, it's all new stuff. It's really fun to just be on the road. You're able to explore different cities, see different parts of the country. Like, it's a beautiful country, especially when we're traveling on the road. It's really cool. I mean, not really one in particular. It's just whenever you're able to be on the road, you're able to get out, explore, Tri-Cities area. Like, it's all new. It's exciting stuff. So it's been fun.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Any prospects down there in the Northwest League that we should keep an eye on, or any teammates that any Angel fans should know about?
I feel like you guys probably have got everybody who's here fairly well covered. You know what you're doing.
All right, good deal. So, question for you: growing up in the Dallas area, were you a Rangers fan growing up as a kid?
Yeah, for sure. That's the local team.
Okay, and then what is it like as a young man where you shift from playing ball as a teenager in high school, and then you go to college locally at Dallas Baptist, so you're still in the area. Rangers are your team. Now you get drafted, and you get drafted to one of your your boyhood favorite teams growing up to one of their biggest competitors. What is that like, making the shift from being a fan to being a professional? And now you're playing professional ball, and you're playing for against your childhood teams. What is that like?
Yeah, it's definitely a very different experience. It's very cool. Definitely would uh, not try to avoid it at all. And I think it's really fun when you're able to go into that environment and be able to pitch against the Rangers this year. Like, that was awesome.
Do you find yourself like watching Angels games and pulling for them, or are you still kind of drawn to your? By the way, no wrong answers here. I would tell you that if it was me, or if it was one of my kids and they were playing for another team, I'd still be cheering for for the Angels. But do you kind of find yourself pulling for the Rangers still?
Not a whole lot anymore. I mean, definitely been able to get to know all the people that are on the team for the Angels. Not just players who play on a team. It's people that you get to know, and you can root for them like so much more than just being a fan.
Love it. Love that answer.
Who are some pitchers growing up, Ryan, that you kind of either modeled your game after, or just kind of you looked up to them, like, man, I want to be like this guy or that guy on the mound?
Yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot of just like, man, I want to be like that guy. It was just more of, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. Comes very attached with like the delivery is like very different,
Right.
like unorthodox. Like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be me and not try to be someone else.
I like that answer.
That's good stuff.
That's good.
Well, Ryan, we want to be cognizant of your time. We appreciate you calling in to spend some time with us. Chuck, any final questions that you have for him?
Yeah, just real quick from the fans.
Okay.
A couple questions came in. Ryan, like your fastball, what's it been hitting sitting at in your starts with Tri-Cities? I know you just came back and you just threw an inning. Is the velocity where you want it? Are your secondary pitches? I know you mentioned the changeup and really hone in on that. Where do you feel your strengths are in terms of your repertoire?
Yeah, definitely working on all of them at all the time. Fastball has been, low to mid nines pretty consistently, which is, I mean, that's pretty solid. Like, obviously I'd like to throw harder, but I'm not going to work myself too much at that
Yeah.
point. I think like the biggest strength coming up is just not having one pitch that's that much greater than any other, but being able to throw any pitch and just really be versatile in that way.
Yeah. Final question to you. We'll let you go. What was your greatest moment with the big league club? Was it your first save against the St. Louis Cardinals, or was it a different moment?
I mean, it's definitely that stretch in St. Louis. I mean, it's those two games are always going to be attached for the rest of my life, just in my memory. It's just like super exciting games, like fun games, and we fought and we won, and that was just unreal. Never forget those.
Yeah, Geoff, I want to go back to that time. That was good times.
Indeed. Indeed. Ryan, thank you again so much for carving out some time to meet with us.
Yeah.
This was a pleasure. We're keeping an eye on you, and we're looking forward to seeing you back in Anaheim, back on the bump, and helping push the Angels, ahead and get us back into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for listening to the AngelsWin.com podcast with Chuck Richter and Geoff Stoddard. Until next time, go Halos.
Say goodbye.